Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still stuck with myself and Jay Winross in the commentary for the semi-finals of the doubles. And tables are just being prepped to begin the lab.
Normally we'd favour a table to sort of commentate, but it's going to be difficult to pick between the two because these are going to be two really cracking matches.
Yeah, and it's even hard to predict which one might be more attacking or whatever, because all four teams do have a bit of safety monster in them if they choose to go down that path.
Victoria won the... I say Victoria. Michael won the lag for Scary and Robbo.
Now, if Mark and Mick do go on to win this, I'm never going to hear the end of how they're the greatest doubles combination Australia that has ever been, even though...
Overtaken the McCartney and Solid.
They've never beaten us, so that's a fact. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to hear the end of it. But anyway, we're underway.
WA boys have made a ball off the break for once.
Yes.
I don't recall them making a ball last match. Reds are good.
Reds are real good. In fact, Reds are scrumptious good. Actually, really surprised they're playing us straight away, to be honest. But the only reason I say that is it just makes the red that's near the yellow in the left centre really easy to play the two ball, where now they've got to play a cleaner pot, but with the yellow there for a bit of assistance, shouldn't be too much of a problem.
The score doesn't come up on here, it's you put it on it.
So they've taken these really well so far, the WA boys. They're obviously just going to play for the ball top left after this one. Mm-hmm. And they've just got an easy link up. It's just all about this, for me, it's all about this ball that's been near the yellow of the centre, the whole clearance.
Just got to avoid the yellow on the left side here, which he does.
So perfect.
A little stun this into the top left corner.
Yeah, he's got a huge pocket here as well, but you sometimes can accidentally catch the jaws and then miss everything. So you just got to make a commitment one way or the other.
I feel like you're going the pocket here. I think you're ignoring the yellow.
All day.
He's gone the jaw.
You see what I'm saying?
He's gone the middle.
And it's not a thing that you mean to do. It's just a mental thing because the ball's there. You just subconsciously think this is unmissable because I've got such a big pocket, and then suddenly you find the jaw.
Yep.
Happens so often. Yep. Frustrating as hell for everybody that does it.
Scary's hot racked himself. Not made a ball.
Yeah, well, there was comments about me when I did a break like that I might as well quit going to the gym. Well, Scary, back at you. You can go stop going to the gym as well.
Doesn't go to the gym anymore. He's getting nibs. He's
getting nibs.
He's reeling in big snappers at the moment.
Big fish.
Nice stun shot down the table there.
And no surprise to see the lockdown happen instantly.
That's hugged the rail and
set up okay. They may pot this. They might pot this.
I don't see them doing anything different here. There's no benefit. I can't see the yellows.
They may not. They may just choose to push the other one across, the yellow across the other pocket, and put it on the high jaw, so that way you can't pot it. But I just think they're going to try and put the pressure on early and force them into an out. So Luke just gets out of the snooker and says, well, I'm not giving you two.
looks like they're just going to jam this red and make it drop, leave the white in the pocket.
There is like this is a shot that I generally would play in this situation, but it does have some risk attached to it that they can open all these reds up, and if they get a decent split, they can go games. So.
The problem is it's pushing one of the reds towards the centre pocket on the left-hand side where yellow's already covering the pocket somewhat.
You can punch this a bit. Stun on the right side cushion. Give yourself choices of the two balls that are already in play. So they've actually played that really well.
They've got a really good, and the black has opened up as well, so they got a good result there.
They've played that really well, and in fact, I think there was a little bit of planning involved in that because they took the white through the gap.
You're potting this yellow that you're up against, just screwing into the yellows, just to hold up.
I think I like the one in the right middle first, just because you can go up and down and give yourself a choice of literally all the balls.
Okay. I don't know if you... Yeah.
If you underhit it, you're on the one in the middle. If you go past the one in the middle, you've got a choice of the two bottom ones. So,
which is what he's playing.
Yeah, you've got a large area.
He's underhit it a little bit.
He's underhit it by a lot. But he still has the long pot. You see what I mean? So he's got all this choice because of the line that he's taken up and down the table.
And it's just off centre, so it can naturally drift across as well.
Yeah, I've noticed Nathan's very animated when he plays doubles. He finger points heaps.
Yep.
It's just like what Luke's doing, and now I'm doing it. No one can see what I'm doing, but
they're both. I think they imitate each other quite well. They both play similarly. Look on the other table. The SA boys are a little bit behind in here.
Yeah, interesting frame that. Someone will think that this is an unlosable frame for him.
The WA boys have just played the black onto the yellow and shoved the yellow down towards the top left corner, just to add a little bit more traffic down there, while keeping the black available as well.
I think Luke and Nathan have run into a bit of trouble here, and the reason I say that is the red that's to the right of these two that are together is actually really awful now.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go bottom right. It only goes sort of bottom left, and obviously you can't get straight on it. So you're going to be going into yellows. For me, this has got really awkward.
He wanted to miss that yellow.
Become even more awkward now.
He wanted to miss that yellow. Definitely want to miss that yellow. I think they were looking at possibly landing on that red, giving them a shot on the red, screw through the gap between the two yellows.
I think you're spot on, mate. That's exactly what they're looking at.
It's just catching that yellow, throwing that out there. Although potting this, bit of stun off the top rail.
They might be able to use right inside here to pull the line. Oh, he didn't get enough on it.
It's going to nearly going off.
If he had have actually had more right inside on that, he would have pulled off the side rail into the line of the shot.
Yep.
But just didn't get into it.
Yep. And probably could have run through.
Mm.
Yeah. Agreed, Jamo. This is a really good couple of matches here.
Tell you what, this clearance that Dave and Simon have taken on has been pretty good. They've given themselves the best opportunity to go game. 2 shots on the last yellow. Good effort.
Yeah, it's a great shot. That's a really good shot. But in saying that, the yellows are all there.
Yep.
They all go. I'm not seeing the boys get back to the table. It's a bit of a tricky starting ball, considering where the white ball is. If you're choosing to take the lower of the yellows here, you're sort of playing, pushing the yellow into the side rail, but I think that's the option they'll take so they can open up the 2.
Yeah,
take
great.
one into the centre just to open up those 2, just to open everything up.
Oh, he's played that well, Dave.
Yeah, Dave's played a great shot.
But
Bit of travel.
good queuing required, and I think he's got to post a touch right hand side, does he, to try and keep it left side of the table, right at the top and right hand side.
you push through this and just catch the yellow that you're sort of touching, just to split it just a little bit.
Not sure what he's on here.
Unless it's straight on, then he just catches the yellow just a tiny bit.
Yeah, good call.
It's just a matter of getting the gap and make sure he's on the one in the centre on the other side. Which
I was going to try and punch
I don't think
the
he's
side
on,
rail.
but I think the long yellow's on.
Look at this shot. Look at this shot. What a great
That was
shot.
a great shot by Sal, and he's been in good touch.
Yeah, he's killing the ball
really
beautiful.
Good control this weekend. Well, I say weekend, but the whole week.
Beautiful shot.
Nice shot, Michael.
That's a great shot.
The
I
SA
think
boys take the first front.
I think Jamo's about 20 seconds behind what's really going on. I think this is slightly delayed. And these boys just mapping this out now. There's a little bit of work to do.
Just screw out to the centre of the table here, I think.
I actually like him coming off the bottom cushion and finding the gap between the two yellows, drop the one in the middle, screw off the side rail for your second last one, get yourself an angle just to drop onto the black. But what the hell would I know about playing pool? Nothing. That's why I commentate.
We're both wrong.
They're just controlling the white, aren't they, really? So
Putting natural angles, letting the pace of the table do all the work. Michael's played a great controlled shot there, just a little bit of angle just to punch towards the red.
and you see Robbo there, he's just making sure that he's got perfect angle just to drift in behind this black off the last yellow. That's perfect.
I think the boys, the SA boys, actually knocked the black in off the break. I'm seeing another replay. They do, Jamo. They're looking really good. A really good combination.
Yeah, look, I mean, they haven't really made any errors of what I've seen. They've just pretty much just run the rack when they've committed. And that's how you keep winning. So Marcus Robertson pots the black. It goes 1-0 up on the WA boys in Luke and Nathan.
It's really a missed opportunity there. I thought the balls for the WA boys were really good, and they just couldn't string it together.
And Dave is sort of really loving rating his break because he's got a great break. He's got good timing and everything like that, and he's been working hard on it. But he's just, from what I've noticed, he's hardly potting the ball off the break.
He's got one there, has he not? No, he
I
hasn't.
didn't think he did.
No, he didn't. I just can't count.
It's kind of weird, really. Sometimes you just need to break with your hand. Actually, he's the second person in the country that breaks with his hand on the table, folks. Just bear that in mind.
He goes the 9-ball over hook though.
Doesn't matter, mate. He breaks with his hand on the table. It's a trend. It's starting. Try it at home, folks.
You also do it on the small Supreme table as well.
I do it on every table.
Even on the slicker table.
You give me a 3-foot table and I'll find a way to put my hand on it. I can't believe I haven't picked that up earlier and made comment. What am I doing? No wonder he's not potting the ball for the break.
Nathan's a little bit unlucky there. He went to the pack to split him out, but the black's just got in the path of the red in the centre.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's done, Jamo. He's mirrored Shane Bamboni's break in 9-ball, who's considered probably one of the best 9-ball break players in Australia. In the world. And, well, at present it's not working for him, but that's what I'm saying about the break. You can do all the analysis and all the fancy stuff you want in this format of the game, not necessarily 9-ball, but in this format of the game, and it all comes down to just timing the ball as good as you possibly can, and if you get one, you get one. If you don't, you don't.
Conditions of the table, I think, is a big factor as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
30 seconds.
It's a lovely shot from Robbo. would I think wanted that ball in though.
Would have liked it in, but
The commitment was going to be there.
although the WA boys missed that pot, they got pretty good with the result.
And once again, the SA boys. Oh wow, that's a foul.
That's a foul. That's not going to hit a rail.
Now I don't know. I don't know if that moved on him or not, or whether he's just misjudged that really poorly. I'm not sure. But given the way Simon's been playing, I might give him the benefit of the doubt there and say that he might have moved to touch on him. But it must have. It would have had to move a hell of a lot because he's really missed that by a long way. If I could even hit it, man.
I don't see the WA boys giving up the table here. 2 shots with the Reds where they are.
Well, Dave did actually use the break on the Supremes at the Worlds, and from what I saw, I didn't see all the matches, but had a bit of a tough time on the break with them as well. So as I said, it's just all just time it, see what happens. I really don't think there's a formula.
Beautifully cued there by Luke. Really nice. Michael's left probably might another couple of rolls for Mark, just to be able to pop this yellow in the centre and nudge down to the yellow a little bit more comfortably, but I don't think Mark will still play it, considering he's got the yellow on the right side down the bottom.
He wanted to.
He's just gone a little bit too hard.
He knew that there was backup balls all over the place if he nudged it.
It looks like that might be the last ball now to get on the weight.
Just got to be careful here. Well, WA boys getting on with it. Makes no mistake.
Levels it up.
And this is a trickier shot than it looks at me playing here.
So we are race to 5 here in the semis. Is that correct?
Played it well. I'm not actually
We
sure.
can't. We can't see the bottom of our screen here. So yes, correct. Okay, so race to 5 in the semis.
This clearance far trickier than what it was earlier, that's for sure.
I think they're still looking at playing this one down the rail next after this one.
Yeah, pretty sure the black passes the right middle as well, which is advantageous. Doesn't want to be absolutely straight and isn't.
This is just a little soft stun here. Doesn't need to do too much with the white.
As long as he's not dead straight on that ball over the corner next.
It's a great shot by Mick. A dry break again for the Foster boys. Reds are looking the goods. A couple of tough Reds sort of near the black spot.
So same pocket. Played it well. Played it
That's a
perfect.
brilliant shot. Absolutely perfect.
Now Mick gives Robbo a tap on the back and says, "See how good I am. Look how good I am to give you the easiest black in the world. Don't miss it."
Look, to be fair, there's a little bit of a danger in that shot where the yellow was over the centre bag. So you've got to cue it well. You hit it at the wrong pace, you're going into that yellow. So
Yeah,
it was actually a really, really good shot.
I actually didn't even think he was a chance to go near it because I just, well, played with him forever. But yeah, he would have been well aware of that.
Oh,
And made sure he got into it more.
Absolutely. Don't discount how key that shot was. Mark with a big break.
He's been breaking huge all
Pots a ball off the
tournament.
break, and the same colour is sitting over the bag down the bottom right
I think
corner.
Mark's actually on 10 master breaks in the teams as well.
And
which
over
gives-
80%.
And, well, Yeah, over 80. I don't know if he's over 90. We've been calling him Mr. 90 all week, so I don't.
I think he was at 82%, 82.5% at the start of the day, I think. So
Oh, he's dropped quite some margin then.
I don't
not
know
good
how he
enough,
went.
really.
I don't know how he went today against. Did you play Tassie? Was it?
We played Tassie. He
Yeah.
did get a rack run on him, I think.
How dare he?
No. Actually, no. He played Kale and he had a really tough back double. You had to play and missed it and got the run rack on him. So he did lose one legitimately, but I think he won his other two.
Has he got enough of a gap here to play the combo here? The yellow near the red and the black.
Yeah, he's got to
Or is
be.
he going straight at? No, he's going straight at it. Probably landing for the yellow in the centre of the table here. He's gone a little bit too far.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. That's exactly what he wanted to play for. That was the awkward yellow.
Yeah. Simon again has cleverly played
That's-
that. A
And
little soft screw.
it's an excellent little shot. And he's also not pushed the yellow and by the black, so that should be all good here.
Oh, well spotted.
Must be more angle than I realised. He's actually going to play this for the bottom left corner, with the last yellow that's right in the middle of the table.
He's on the double and he's missed it by a couple of inches. It's interesting. Mark decided to take the double there.
So another clearance from Sarwin and Dave. We'll call them Darwin as a combo.
Darwin and Naker. Darwin and Daker.
What do we call them?
30 seconds.
What do we call them? Yucca.
Darwin and David.
Yucca.
They do, Rory. They're gelling really well. And I think they're the pick out of these four at the moment.
Whoa, that was using all pocket available. Big break from Sarwin.
And a red potted.
I think they'll take yellows.
I think you'd be right there, Jamie. Great little shot there by Luke.
Yeah, that's a great shot from
and
angles.
left fat in the centre on the left side.
That is just giving them this
Absolute
frame.
Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Couldn't ask for a better shot.
Dave wants to flick this yellow that's to the left of the two out and he's missed it.
Can play, probably got a bit of an angle here for the one in the top left, possibly to get into the yellow. Just a nudge into it. Leave themselves on the top rail for the yellow that's far right of those two.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. It looks pretty natural, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And while you've got it, you might as well take it because otherwise it can cause problems later in the frame.
I think Luke and Nathan might be just overcomplicating this a
I
little bit.
completely agree with you, mate. This doesn't look that difficult. Just a little soft screw.
Or did he create enough gap there? Did Sam? Will that pass? Dave's having a close look at it. I'm not sure it passes. I don't think it passes. This is. I think you've got to take this. See, I'd be taking the higher of the left
There's a
side
risk attached
first,
to this.
and then trying to land as straight as possible.
Played it really well.
That's a brilliant shot.
Played it really well.
Brilliant shot. And you can. It's a brilliant shot. That ball did pass underneath.
So this clearance, all courtesy of an excellent extraction that Luke Anglesey played earlier in this frame. And they have capitalised on the chance, you would think. Unless Nathan decides to do something crazy, but he's played an excellent controlled shot once again.
Perfect shot.
Come on, boys. Yeah, boys.
They're on the board.
Meanwhile, I have actually not even looked at this table, and they've obviously negotiated those two yellows at the top of the table.
That yellow did pass underneath, like we were discussing before. Rory, yes, no, Dave would be a great candidate in the Pro Series.
I do believe, and I could be wrong. So one good pot from Sarwin, and you would expect, the way he's been playing it, he will get it. He's got the glove on. I think the glove's name is Mishka.
Just the top through past the red off the rail.
Lovely shot. Mishka has serviced him well over the years. I'm sure the glove's name is Mishka. In fact, I'm pretty sure I gave the glove's name Mishka quite some time ago.
Oh,
got names for all the gloves.
Luke has missed that red by about 6 inches.
Oh, I didn't need the
Not
side.
ideal. Left him a tricky cut in the centre, but Simon, the way he's been queuing this week, I don't think this is an issue.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with what I've seen from Sarwin thus far. He's playing quite well. In fact, I think he's doing very well statistically. Just can't win a singles tournament, but other than that.
30 seconds.
Not sure, Dax. Great shot from Sarwin. I think I'm uglier than I'm stronger, Dax. I'm pretty sure it's got to be Dax with a comment like that.
Robert made a good combo shot. Probably didn't leave the white exactly where he'd like. Left it a little bit tough, but
just on questions, because obviously Dax is in the mood for asking questions. Do you think it's easier to shoot over 40% at Worlds or harder to shoot over 40% at Worlds?
I think Scary's going to try and run this down this bottom corner here and possibly, he's done a little bit too far. Could block a path.
Yeah, boys.
Hasn't. I think the reds are good here.
Yeah, this has got it's a scrappy frame, really, isn't it? It's got a little scrappy. Obviously, the scaffolding business is having a break today.
Must be wet. Must be raining.
Must be any building going on in the industry at the moment in WA. That's if he's even made it back to WA. He was hanging off a really long piece of rope, Dax, over at the Worlds, and not sure if he actually got it away from his neck or not. But
now, we've spoken about before about going top end, bottom end, top end, bottom end. I think this is the right thing to do here for the WA boys, is probably to clean out one of these reds down here, just so it's easier to land on.
Oh, I agree, and I think if they can get both of them now, it's even better. Well, he's really got into that. In fact, Luke has a tendency to do that. He gets right into a shot here and there, and the white zings on him. But I mean, obviously, the last ball is the one on the left side, because you can link it nicely to the black for the middle or top corner if you're depending on how you land.
Benny's caddy.
Yes, Dax did have an excellent world titles. He was. I've never seen anyone carry 6 drinks at once in their hands back to their team while they're warming the bench.
You're well heard on stream, Dax, though, about that.
And best lager in the country, best, if not the world.
After I hit the last one, something. Make sure I hit a rail.
Anyway, we'll get back to the match. I could come out with one-liners all day for Dax, but half the people have no idea what I'm talking about.
Dave's got a nice angle here. Just pop this in the centre and just run into the yellow and red just to open them up, which he's done nicely. Oh, no, he hasn't. That's blocked the path for that red.
Makes things interesting.
Yeah, he probably wanted to catch the red as well.
What's actually not nice for them is the red that they're closest to is obviously the next pot, but you want to leave it now to try and bring the other red into play. So they're almost forced to play the red near the black, or look for some kind of safety.
Luke's missed the centre.
And this is the sometimes you see in a match there's just one really, really ugly frame where it's just both players or both teams just play awful pool for one frame, and then suddenly normal service resumes. It's this might be that frame. Wow.
He's set that over the bag.
That's actually probably his best result.
It probably is. I was thinking the same thing. Philby, it's a great question. We like to pride pool being an all-ability sport, and disability or not, I wouldn't have thought there'd be any sort of restriction at all as to who can play.
It's a tricky category, that one, to differentiate as well.
It is, and I know that Blackball have brought in a category for that.
I have.
How the Australian 8-Ball Federation can factor that into the way things are run here would be something that I'm sure could be brought up and spoken about, but definitely a great question. Not one that I can answer.
Look, I will say this, and I can't elaborate, but there is a lot of things happening behind the scenes with the AEBF. That's all I'm going to say. But just basically watch this space.
Great double.
And
Doesn't want to be on the rail though.
He's okay here.
He's got just enough of it just so he can.
He's got good angle as well. We can take this off the back cushion, same pocket for the black. So I think he's good here. Or am I reading it wrong, Joe? You're right behind the shot. A little
bit just off centre. I think this might be a stun in for the long black, I think.
Or does he run through for the black in the top right corner?
Sorry, that's the one I meant. Yeah, that's the one I meant. No, the white's pushing towards the red. The white's pushing towards the side rail, rather than the top rail.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. He's jacking up, is he? Yep, he is.
Possibly could come up to the side rail and leave the black for the opposite corner.
Oh, he's trying to get past it. Is this cuttable? Yes, it is. It's thin and it's not quite a full pocket.
And it's a big centre pocket.
Wow, this is tough.
It's a big centre pocket. If he decides to take the cut on, it's a big centre pocket. But you'd be cutting this with right hand side anyway, just to throw it a little bit square to avoid that centre pocket.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. You may actually play the double, because I think the double is easier than the pot in this situation.
He's definitely going the double.
Yeah.
Sending the white down the top.
I was just about to say he's played a fantastic shot.
Great white. Almost a shot to nothing on the black.
Yeah, obviously white ball was definitely a priority as well, but it's a good outcome. Obviously they can play the ball on the left side down to the pocket and try and sit it neat, and that would make probably no shot really, because I was going to say the markers is not there because the red's blocking the right centre pocket as well.
Mm-hmm. Is the option to... Okay, they're taking this on. I didn't know where the option is to play the... They're just going to leave him no shot.
He's actually played that
Block
really
it.
well. He's done the
Yep.
walk-off. He's done the walk-off shot.
He's putted the ball and walked to the hole before it got to the hole.
He was already over chatting to Luke about how well he played the shot before it reached the pocket. I've got this, he says. I've got this.
Yeah, he's happy with it. It's almost when you've driven off the tee and you've hit it so well, you just walk. You just leave the tee where it is. You start walking down the fairway before it's even landed.
He's done the Mark Hunt KO walk-off. So I'm not sure what he's going to do here, to be honest, because I don't see a shot. So
Double kiss.
oh wow, he's tried to cut that. He's overcut it by a mile. How is that even possible?
That's gone backwards.
I don't even know how he did that.
He's actually cut that backwards.
I do not know how he's done that.
Can we get a replay of
Yeah, can you replay that?
Unfortunately, we don't have replays of that, but that's gone backwards. I feel like he hit that hit it before he hit the rail.
It looked like he did.
Yeah.
Matty Kerwood's come on and said it's cuttable. Obviously, the slight delay in the feed. He thought it was on. Well, clearly it was because he's overcut it by 4 foot.
Oh, okay.
What a shot there from Luke Foster, who avoids the in-off.
Well done. And they're level.
And we have focused a little bit, obviously, on the left side match. And apologies to the SA fans for that.
Nathan has dribbled into that black, which to me is quite dangerous, knowing how this top of the table playing. But we're level, both tables. Great start.
And remember, folks, race to 5, not 4, so plenty of golf left. So
No, it's
3-2.
3-2, so they forgot to put the score in the last frame.
Yeah, Dave's doing everything he can to. Right, I need to pad down the.
Let's have a look at this break. Let's have a look at Dave's break here.
I'll almost guarantee he pots one off this break.
He's going front on.
We've been pretty much saying he cannot pot a ball off the break for the last 15 minutes.
He's going the overhook. He's
Now
going front on.
He gets one this time, I guarantee it. There you go.
Oh, he's got 2.
Just had that feeling it was due.
As we were watching Dave break, Skerry's had an absolute cracking break here with a really good split. What would you go here? Would you go the yellow in the right centre and just rest up against, sort of knock the yellow down?
Yeah, I think I do like the yellows. I think they link up a little better than the reds.
And then take the yellow, which is down the bottom near the red, near the black spot.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, this contact's important that he plays this right. Doesn't want to kill it. And he's played that really well.
Yeah, perfect. It's really good. This is a little stun shot for Mika here. Wants to leave a bit of angle for Mark to take the yellow back in the same pocket. David's break, not so lucky with the spread. A little bit of work. A couple of... I'm not sure that yellow on the left side in the SA game, whether that passes that red. Thanks for doing that for us, Paul. Are you saying that you've overcut it?
Or is he saying that the black hit the side cushion before it got the back cushion? I'm not sure what he means there, but anyway.
Okay.
It was an error. Check that up. Has he gone too far?
Got the gap. He's got the gap. That's all right. I think Mark can just sort of stun this into the side rail. Sorry, Michael can stun this into the side rail. Take the yellow into the centre.
No, I think actually they need to be quite careful here. This doesn't link up perfect. This is a bit trickier than it looks.
Do you take the one closest to the balk in the top right corner and stun to the side rail?
I like what they're doing here. Rather than look at playing for it in the middle and try and land perfect, leave it long. So that way you've actually got a bit more area that you can negotiate your white with.
Okay.
I like what they're doing here, except he's missed the pot. He forgot to pot it. That yellow that's in the middle sort of to the most right of the three as we look at it now is a lot trickier than it looks with the layout that they actually had at that
Yep.
visit.
Yep.
Oh, so the replay actually shows that he hit the black thick, not thin. Didn't overcut it at all. So there you go. Was that quick?
30 seconds.
Could have been better.
Gets the gut. Gets the gut.
I knew. Just didn't want to be so close to the cushion because now he's jacking up a touch. I think the intention was to give himself an angle to just play a little cannon on the red on the near the side cushion, push it down. Got linking balls.
Has he got the opportunity here to sort of play into this red on the side? He's tried to.
And now he's got this shot in the middle, which is actually very tricky. It looks really basic. Oh yeah, just drop it in on the TV screen. It looks really basic, but I'm right behind this shot, and it is not simple. It's an awful little angle, and one that you've got to probably play with a lot of drag, just to give the pocket every chance to take it. And of course, they may not even take it. They do have safety options available.
Chip into the side rail, leave the white up against the black.
They could do that too.
On
Yep.
the black,
Yep.
the red near the black spot.
I was actually looking at the plant and just stunned behind the black, but
I don't think they want to give up the table. They're looking at potting this. It looks, it's on enough.
Played it well.
And yeah, he's potted it really well. Bottom left corner with a little bit of run through.
yeah, just run through a touch. Don't give yourself too much angle where the white ball naturally goes into black, so you just want to be just off straight so you can glide past the black. It's actually really important, this shot. They've got... Okay. Luke's actually come up with a better choice. I like what he's saying. He's saying,
Yeah, he's got a bit of angle. You
just
can
screw back off the side cushion,
Yep.
give yourself choice of balls if you hit it well enough.
Yep.
Whereas Nathan's wanting to run through a little bit and play the one ball positional shot. But the problem with Nathan's option, you have to leave it absolutely perfect. Luke's option, you don't have to hit it as well. Like you've got more area to land in, so...
Well, the top of the table is completely blocked off for the yellow that's centre of the table. So you have to land middle of the table or lower.
There's arguments for both. One has far less white ball movement, and the other one offers a larger area. Well, they must have been short on time there, and they've just hurried up.
And it's worked out good.
It has.
It's worked out right. You can play this dead weight. Bottom left corner.
Yeah, Nathan doesn't mind a dead weight rolling, actually. He's pretty good. Some people hate the dead weight rollings, but Nathan's not one of them. He plays them pretty well. As I say, I don't think he's stunning it, is he? So pulls up short. Should still be okay, but not ideal.
Natural angle for the black back in the centre. Off two rails. Looks like
What
he was
happened? Yeah.
checking that. Looks like he's playing a little bit of check here. It looks like he's playing a little right hand side on this.
Didn't need to, did he?
I feel like he played that naturally and it hits the side rail lower down and comes out more to the centre of the table.
Yeah, should still be fine though, of course. So these two won't go away, they just keep winning.
Right.
And suddenly, 2-0 becomes 3-2.
Other table, I believe the SA boys are on yellows here, and I'm quite surprised that they're going to go this yellow first.
No, I'm not. But they've got enough angle to get across for the other one, whereas
The angle's the same on the other.
I thought it was tricky. So that was a beautiful shot. The
Better
transition.
transition to the black. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great shot by Dave.
You could hit that better actually. and a big area now to find the gap between the two reds.
Just a stun across. You'd be happy to hit the red.
Yeah, as long as you've
Bottom
got
of
a
the
shot
table.
here, you're happy.
You'd be aiming to hit the red rather than getting too high. And he's hit it. That's fine. That's fine.
He's hit it a bit fairy-like, but he's okay.
WA Boys have made a ball for break here, so a big chance to get to the hill. You've got pretty good spread. Tough little cluster on the right side of the table, but balls in the area. Key.
No mistake made by SA. They are 4-2 up and
On the hill.
on the hill. Might be worth switching them and giving them a bit of air time once they break the balls. This is potentially the match could finish sooner.
WA have decided to go red here.
I tell you what, I think this is a throat-cutting choice of shots. I do not see this going well for them if they're going to commit.
I'm not seeing how they.
So they're looking at playing this off the yellow, covering the pocket. And I think Robbo and Skira will be delighted to hear that, because it'll give them so many choices.
I don't know why they've taken red there. Is it because there was no yellow on offer?
I honestly, I think I would have. I probably would have done the same, but then I've been looking for cover as well. But this is about to go into lockdown mode. This frame. This frame's not going to end quickly.
I think the yellow near the black spot goes to the centre. Does it give them angle to drive into the yellow and the red?
I just don't think they'll even worry about it yet. I think they'll just look at some pocket control for a bit, because you've got yellow on the left side near the white, it's blocked by the red. You've got the yellow on the right side, it's awful. You've got the one at the top end of the table, which, you know, it's not linking well to anything. The one on the left side doesn't link well to anything. It's not a good set of balls to have to deal with. I'm surprised this is being played. It's just bringing it into play. So they've already made up their mind. They've already made up their mind that they are not going to pot balls for the sake of potting balls. They are going to bring them into play and make this a battle.
Would have liked that to not catch a ball on the way down and stay out in the open rather than hiding behind another red.
Absolutely.
WA boys have made a ball off the break on table 4.
And nearly lost the white in the middle, but they're okay.
He's nearly potted that.
He has potted it.
Oh.
Wow. Well, I can tell you now, it might get pot now.
Quickly sit down before it drops. I don't think... Do you need to pot it, considering the cluster on the right side of the table?
That's why I'm potting it, because you give them another shot, that cluster's going to be gone next shot.
30 seconds.
Almost need to force them into having a go.
I believe I see what Mark's pointing out here, knocking the red in and dragging it across the top rail, but you've got the. I feel like you almost take the pocket with this yellow, just to cause a bit of cluster.
Then they can pot it. They try to do both. That's a good effort. He was trying to push it right across.
Yeah, not
If
bad.
he gets that further up, it's a very, very good shot. As it stands, 2 shots on these balls is not simple. Here we go. Here we've got the hand action going on. Do this, rah, rah. Miming.
Get the pen out.
So, Ben Foster. This match could have a bit more left in it yet. They're on a really good chance here to get these.
Black's in a good spot for the transition from the top of the table if they're taking those last 2 yellows.
Yeah, and Ben just played a really good shot there to open everything up too.
Yep.
Lovely. So we've tried to open everything up in one visit. Haven't been successful, but still obviously have the frame on pretty good lockdown.
They've got good control here, really good control.
Still think they're looking at this.
They've got the Vic boys have got a little bit of help with some yellows in the centre of the table, being able to sort of play into and open up.
Man, and nestle into these will push the yellow up a bit to make the red accessible.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
they're
something
making
they
it
want to make
accessible.
accessible. It's
If you make that red accessible, it puts the pressure now on your opponent to actually do something a bit more than just tap a ball.
that yellow that's near the black spot goes in off the red, but they're forced to play it now. That yellow on the centre of the table goes off the red in the bottom right corner. That can open up that yellow, which opens up a possibility of an out, but I don't think he's got any other choice but to play it now, unless you play the yellow, which is level to the white at the moment, and possibly double kiss it.
You could knock this yellow out that's at the bottom end of the table and just tuck the white under the red and leave no shot. Although, if you don't get it right, you leave the top left ball, so a bit of
Great
risk
shot.
attached. And
Great
the
shot
Foster
by
boys,
Ben.
yeah, they've done a good job here.
Yep. A little bit of angle, but maybe a little bit of screw back, maybe a little bit of bottom right hand side, just to get a little bit higher, make it a bit of an easier black, which he's done. Tried to close off that red a bit more, which he has done.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
bad.
good. It's a good shot.
Could really full-blooded have a go at the cannon down into the red here. Inside the yellow with the white ball. Well done to Ben and Luke. Got another frame on the board, trailing 3-4.
Really good out as well. A little bit of work to do with those. In the last 5 yellows, those 3 that were down the bottom here with a bit of traffic. Had a couple of good shots today come out as well. I think they're looking at possibly putting this in the centre and getting the white behind the yellow off the rail. No, they're leaving it there. Okay.
So I think they're just going to cover the pocket.
Yeah.
And honestly, the big boys are in all sorts here.
Do they chip out the yellow, which is the left of the pack down the bottom here, just to leave the 1? Bring in another yellow in play?
I don't mind doing that and playing it under the black and try and close the black off a bit.
Yep. Good break.
In fact, I think that is the shot they'll play. Mate, they could also play this yellow off the red and then do it, so that way they don't leave this red available.
Yep.
But I think you got to
Push
try
it
and
to the top row.
Yeah, I think you got to try and shut the black down.
SA boys have made a ball off the break again. Big chance here to take the frame. Oh, that hasn't dropped. Hasn't dropped and left him on an
The
angle.
white
to be
ball's
able
hit a cushion, so they're okay.
left them an angle to be able to play the combo in the top left corner. Not that they'll probably want a potter ball here, but
Yeah, I really do believe that the if that had gone in, the next shot was to double the yellow onto the black and lock it down. Don't know about this shot. I mean, it brings it into play. Actually, no, it's still a good shot. There's lots of pressure still attached to this frame for yellows now.
do you try and find a way of getting left side of the table or somewhat sort of central left side of the table and using one of the yellows, which is an open play, to try and get in between the cluster of these 2 reds down the bottom right hand side?
I honestly think all they're thinking about now is trying to get the black to the bottom cushion. Even if they sneak under this, so they pop this and sneak under this for a snooker. See, I think if they can shove the black somewhere, or just not there, not in the middle of the table where it's so accessible.
Looks like they might be getting a snooker here. Just
We're going to
nudging.
smother the red.
I reckon they're going to knock the red to the side rail, the back red to the side rail, and possibly get a snooker. It's just done this, leave no shot on.
Just smothering it.
He hasn't hit a rail.
He hasn't either, has he?
It's a foul.
It's a foul. He's called
Yeah.
the foul on himself.
Let's go, boys.
He's filthy with himself. I keep thinking this is a race to 4 as well, but it's actually not. It's 5. It's not for the match at all. Could have been a worse foul. I mean, it's not a foul snooker, which is a bonus.
I'm not. They're going to burn a shot here, but I still believe you win the frame from here.
Oh, that could have been played a lot better. That's not ideal.
Yeah, that is not good. I think.
Not sure if the yellow or the red passes under. I think it does.
I think it does, but I mean it's a tough follow-up shot.
Yeah, you've almost got to drop it in dead weight, play it thin, and then try and control it, don't you?
Yeah.
Mind you, you can just put over the pocket as well if you don't want, if you're not ready to commit yet.
It's sort of tough here. I'm not. If the Vic boys get back to the table here, yeah. See, I'm seeing more yellows come down to this bottom right corner.
Absolutely.
If they get back to the table here,
And that's what these boys need to be aware of as well, and not let it happen. But I don't think they've got a lot of choice right now.
I'm seeing a yellow come down the bottom right corner off the side rail into the red. That's the highest of the two reds in this bottom right corner, knocking the red in.
See, for me, the most important thing, and they've just left them almost. No, they haven't left them flying at all. For me, the most important thing was, do not leave yourself straight on this ball that's in the middle of the table to play the black down to the bottom cushion to the right side. If I'm WA, I want that black to stay exactly where it is, and I'm Victoria, I want to play yellow on it and kill it. So I'm not sure what their plan is at the moment, other than maybe try and smother a bit more.
Are they trying to cut this yellow into the centre onto the other yellow and running the black to the top rail?
I'm not sure what they're doing here. I think that's too risky, because I think the white would follow if they hit it flush.
I think they're running. I think they're going to try and get the white to the bottom rail here and use the yellow that's on the bottom rail to take the pocket down the bottom here.
No, I can't see that. The only thing I can think of is they're actually they want to smother these reds more. I don't think playing the black after this is. I think it's too risky. I think they're looking to smother more, or push this yellow in further.
Be careful of a foul.
They're going to hit this bottom yellow off the back cushion and just smother the red a bit more. Get it smothered properly. Yeah. That's the shot that I could see, but he's hit it too hard. Now he's allowed the white to slip in underneath.
I'm okay with hitting that a little bit firmer and moving the yellow up the table a little bit. Although you are going to leave them a little edge of the yellow to hit, but getting another yellow out of that cluster.
I thought it was important that the red didn't get the one near the pocket didn't get moved closer, because imagine if you could pot that and slip past the red and leave only the one at the top. You can't deal with this other red, so I think it's really important that red stays not so neat over the pocket at the moment.
100% agree with you, but I believe playing into that red a little bit firmer, just so that the yellow, which is the higher of those two yellows, gets some distance away.
Well, as you said,
That's
two
a
shots.
great shot.
That's a really good white.
That's a great shot.
Excellent white. Couldn't have played that any better, actually, if you're going to foul.
We've been so invested in this frame on table 3, we've completely
We
ignored
have,
table
it's
4.
become quite interesting. So yeah, sorry to the fans of the right side table at home. They've probably been playing amazing pool, and we just haven't even seen a second of it.
30 seconds.
Someone's probably played the only bad shot he's played all day. If that red does pass the yellow into the centre, David's got the yellow to hold on.
I think it's a bit thin even to hold on to the yellow unless you hit it really full. Now you have to play a double. So the WA boys have got this red back into open play so they can push it back down the table.
Are you playing this?
Jeez, he's hit that hard.
Yeah, he's giving that a bit. I don't know if I'm trying to get that down in the bottom right corner as well.
That was a strange shot.
I don't know if I'm putting that down in the bottom right corner as well, or trying to get it ahead of the yellow.
Well, I'm certainly considering it. Well, that wasn't as thin as I thought on the other table. I have just been absolutely shocking today, which I guess is nothing new.
Someone's looking to see if he can get down on the top rail, or the bottom rail as we see it, to be able to come in
Surely.
behind the black.
Surely just stuns the left side of the table.
Yeah, you'd think you'd a little bit of screw to the side rail.
No, he's
I would have
playing it
thought.
high.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to come underneath it and then to the side of
He's
it.
just going to cannon it on like that. That was a bit risky, but
Right. It's on. It's on, and the white's going to hold on the yellow at least, so the white's not going to fly around the table.
yeah, played it well.
And the SA boys are in the final.
No, yeah,
They were your pick.
They were. They, I think they're got a good combo going there.
I think the WA boys missed the trick here by setting that black down, the red down the table on the left hand side as you see it now.
Completely agree. Although I think the reason they didn't is they probably knew the other yellow was going to come down here, so they want to keep a red in open play and to keep forcing the other guys to keep playing yellows that aren't comfortable from the play. So I sort of get why they've done it.
I feel like they're going to get control of the pocket here in a second. Knock a red in.
Yeah, good shot. Can backdoor this though. Can backdoor this red.
Wanted the white on the rail to stop being able to come across.
So left side cushion into the red.
You run the risk of killing the red and being behind.
I think you don't play this to play it right over. I think you want to hit a cushion, obviously, so side cushion, red into the back rail, so halfway across the table, and then you can play the plant with the bottom end of the yellow.
I think they're doubling this across.
Yeah. Oh, that was crazy. That was absolutely insane.
And it's worked out perfect.
Oh, I don't know about perfect,
So they
but
can pop this in the centre and run through and leave themselves a shot.
that was absolutely insane.
It was always double kissing.
That side cushion hit on the red was set perfectly. As long as they hit that high side, the yellow and the red were planting so perfectly for him. Imagine if he still gets these though, it'd be crazy. Great shot.
Wow,
Great shot.
Michael's had to look away from the table. Michael's had to look away from the table there. He was quite disgusted with the result that they got after that shot. This is for 4-2. Put them on the hill.
I just don't think that was the right time to foul, personally. But anyway, I thought they could have nestled the yellows in a little more.
Shellham 6. This has been held in Albury, border of Victoria, New South Wales. This is our state, our national trial, our national championships, which is every state, the 8 states in Australia, put teams together and we all play for the Australian title. So there are qualifiers for each state.
Yes, and from this, an Australian team in all categories is decided. So Open, Women, Masters. There's a juniors, separate junior championships as well that held at a different time, and we also have what's called the Australia Cup this year, which consists of players that have not yet made a state team in their relevant state, or have made a state side but shot under 50% in their statistics. So that's being trialled this year, and I think, to be fair, I think it's been pretty successful. A lot of the players that have never had exposure, or may even never get exposure at this level, are getting a great opportunity to do so. And some states are easier to make state sides than others because there are larger talent pools in certain states. So it's been really good all round.
Great initiative by the AEBF to bring in this Australian Cup. The score's 4-2 to the WA boys.
Yeah, they're actually doing their score updates, but I think Luke's just disappeared for a minute to take a quick break.
Want to have a team chat? The rest of the WA boys are out the back with them.
Robbo looks absolutely filthy. He's looking at himself on TV, actually.
From this angle, the black doesn't look like it's in line with the centre of the corner pocket. It's well picked up. White noise.
Yeah, I don't think the angle's very fair to that, though. The camera's not exactly the right spot. Yeah, I don't think the rack's been pushed up higher. I think it's just the angle the
Just the
camera has
camera
had to
angle,
make it
right.
look that way. Almost dumps a white, finds a red.
This is the break that these boys have been looking for. Tricky first ball,
Yeah,
but getting the first ball, they're all there.
I like the yellows myself.
It's just I don't think there's a starting yellow.
Well, they will be on them if they nominate them. So I think the one across the top left to the top left corner will be the choice of ball. I think he's on it.
Are they on it? No, they're not.
I think he
They
could
are
pot
on
it.
yellows.
I think he could pot it.
Red's not that bad. Apart from a bit of bottom left corner pocket control here, there's plenty of space for him to land on the red to pot it.
Yeah, this is a decent chance.
They could almost get to it now.
For me, you've
Take
got to
this
get
bottom
rid.
right corner.
For me, you've got to get rid of this top ball as soon as possible. It's awful.
30 seconds.
Give yourself an angle. Oh, he's twitched on it a little bit. He's just moved his body.
I'm taking this one down the bottom right and getting on that yellow of that red that's in absolute no man's
But you
land
can
at
actually
the
do
moment.
exactly the same thing as what you just said, but eliminate your awful ball. You can use that to just drift down the same line,
Correct.
and then you've only got to do one area of the table. So, and once again, a really good chance here.
Mark will pop this and nudge the yellow up a little bit, knowing that he's got a yellow at the top left corner up here to fall back on.
And you know what? To be fair, he probably couldn't have hit that much worse as far as where he would like the yellow to be. It's still okay, but he would love that to have stayed more central to the table.
Way too firm. Way too firm.
There's nothing worse than hitting it soft and it stays on the rail, and then
Yeah.
you just feel awful you haven't hit it hard enough. So I don't blame him for hitting it that hard. In actual fact, he hits it harder, it's probably even better. So
Yep.
30 seconds.
Sort of in a tough little zone now, isn't it?
yeah, just this one good pot there from Mick. Get him back in contention to give himself a decent chance.
So he'll want to run through this probably half the table. Mark will take this into the left corner, yellow across the bottom rail, and then possibly take the last yellow in the centre for the black.
I tell you what, that yellow doesn't look nice.
It doesn't. I'm trying to look at the mapping here. Do you take the bottom
Nice.
left corner, take the yellow across the bottom rail to the right corner and leave yourself the yellow in the centre last for the black?
I'm just wondering. Well, there you go. This is probably the last ball I was even looking at before
Possibly
I started
goes,
analysing this.
goes underneath them.
He's trying to move the yellow.
He has moved it. He has moved it. Is the double on?
Don't think it is.
I think it is.
So I can only think that they're going to just play this yellow long top left. Give themselves a small bit angle to pull the white off the cushion so they've got a more comfortable black, but obviously it's going to be a tough shot.
They just haven't been on at the
So
moment.
that head
Michael,
needs to move.
30 seconds.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's, and I think the
Taking
reason
a
Mark
humble
said it to
pie.
him is he's disappointed. He's left Mick in his position, so he's just going to take the medicine. Well, actually, that's even better.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's even better. I think you can pull the white off slightly.
No, just run through it. Run through it a tad.
If you want anyone to play this shot, it's probably this man on screen right now. I think he's going to punch it.
Yeah,
He's going to back himself
a
to
little
pot
bit
it.
low.
He's going to back himself to pot it. Missed it.
I don't want to say it considering how well Mark has played these last 6 days, but I think he's sort of been the one who's made a few errors in white ball placement, knocking balls on. He's sort of made it a little bit difficult.
Yeah, look, they haven't. This has definitely not been their best match, without a doubt. They've lost the lie a little bit. Haven't been as clean as what they have been. These guys have been more patient, I think.
Mark has been absolutely phenomenal in his last 6 days, and he's sort of sitting in the corner at the moment. And I'm sure he's probably thinking, you know, it just hasn't clicked this match.
Yeah, look, you can't be perfect all the time. And look, these guys will be buzzing. I've been hanging on them the whole double thing, because myself and Dale Kent were 3-0 up on them, and they've beaten us 4-3, and I've just been giving it to them about it. But well, they should be giving it to me since we were so far ahead. But they're still going. Credit to them, and they're looking in a real good position to win this match from here. I think it's. I don't mind the idea here of Nathan playing this and leaving a decent angle to just play a shot to nothing, cut across the rail.
It looks like they're trying to play the red off the top rail into the red in the corner to try and knock it in.
Risky.
If you
Oh,
don't,
wow, what a shot!
that's a great shot. If that rattles and that doesn't pot, you leave him fat on.
What was actually hilarious about that is that he just said we're not even on the same wavelength with that one. But you're on the same wavelength with that one.
See, I think they had a better opportunity to do something with that red.
I personally wouldn't have snookered there. Because the yellow's already dead,
Yep.
right, and the red hasn't moved, if they get this out of this and bring it into play, it actually makes it worse for them. So I would have committed there, tried to get on the rail as soon as possible, play it. If you miss it, well, you know, the yellow's in a tough spot. That's probably the one time you don't play the snookers, when the yellow's already dead.
I'm probably playing safe there, but I'm bringing the red more out in play, leaving the white down the bottom end, leaving them long. Mick's got out of it and probably got the worst result because it's gone back on the rail.
I still think you can.
I reckon you go to one down the left side here.
I still think they should have committed to having a go at that clearance last visit. But anyway, we'll see what happens. They should still be okay.
Not really in
This
a
is
position.
fine.
here.
This is fine. You can play this plain ball, bring the white ball back centre table for the red in the middle, and your last ball is going to be ball down the rail with a perfect linking black to the middle. So this is absolutely worth having a go. You can even play this in a way that you would play a shot to nothing, but you would just leave more angle on the red, and you'd be going up and down to get on the final red. For me, I think that you've just got to fully commit to this pot.
Luke doesn't look confident.
He does this all the time. He looks like 16 times and gets down and knocks it in. Like that.
Oh, he might have gone a bit far.
He has hit it too well.
And the snooker's not on here because the Vic boys can tuck up behind the yellow and snooker that.
I'm still committing. Still committing here.
They're looking at getting safe.
Surely not.
They're looking at getting safe.
No, he's having a go at this.
They're looking at getting safe.
No, he's had a go at it. Everything in the WA's favour at the moment with the way that they're playing it out. You know, they miss, they leave such a hard shot. But they're just focusing 100% on the pot. They know the white ball's automatic as far as leaving a shot.
You've got to be a little bit careful you don't bring the yellow into play here.
Does not have to jack up on this.
I think if you play this natural, I think you're playing into the yellow, aren't you? You know, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that.
Now I'm not gonna put the Moz on him, but this is the sort of shot that I have seen Nathan twitch on a little bit under the pump. I think it really does help that yellow's not in a good position. But I fancy him to get this one. And it goes.
Clean. Chris.
And they're in the final.
So we have an SAWA final. Salman Maker, David Ewing versus Luke Agassi and Nathan McMahon, which will be played tomorrow.
Yeah, now we've got a break, and then there will be teams matches and women masters, open and masters matches on these tables, I believe, at 4 o'clock and 4:30 or 4:30. So we've got about a 50-minute break. 50-minute break's one of the biggest breaks we've ever had.
Stick around those. 7:15. We've got the international rules, the AEBF plate final.
Yep, and I will hang around and I'll commentate that as well. I do believe
Michael Skerry will be coming in and joining.
I do believe Robbo and Mick do want to be involved in commentating that, so we'll share it around and see what happens. But until then, hope you enjoyed, folks. We'll see you a little later on.
Thanks for joining us.